July 2025, San Mateo County real estate market update. Okay, so let's begin with single family homes. July 2024, the number of new listings that hit the market was 360. July 2025, it was 368. So just a small increase of 2% year over year. Inventory, that is the number of homes that were listed for sale at the end of the month. Last year, July 2024 was 443. This year, that number is 555. So an increase of 25%. And so I have been seeing that definitely that a lot of homes have been sitting on the market longer, and a lot more homes for sale in a lot of the neighborhoods that we sell single family homes in throughout the peninsula. The number of sold listings last year was 314, and this year that number is 362, so an increase of 15%. Even with increased inventory, we have seen more sales, but not enough to scoop up all that additional inventory that hit the market. Average days on market last year was 21. This year that number is 25. Average sales price last year was $2,517,000 and some change. This year that number is $2,516,000 and some change. So basically no change year over year. Median sales price last year was $2,003,000. This year that number is $1,920,000. So a slight decrease, 4% decrease year over year. Median price per square foot last year was $1,182. This year that number is $1,151. So a decrease of 3% year over year. Percentage of list price received last year, San Mateo County, homes were selling for on average 6% over the asking price. This year they are selling for about 2% over the asking price. Sales volume total last year was 790 million. This year that number is 910 million. So an increase of 15% year over year. And then lastly, months of inventory last year was 1.3. This year that number is 1.5. So I would say really the main metric that has increased quite a bit is going to be with sold homes right behind it. That hasn't really affected prices that much. It caused a little bit of a slowdown, causing homes to sit a little bit longer on the market, giving buyers a little bit more options. I think that we are seeing a similar number of buyers as we did last year, but more homes means that, you know, it dilutes the supply between the same number of buyers. I'm seeing a lot of people still on the sidelines or hesitant because we are hearing about that interest rates might go down in the coming months or a year or something like that. So maybe some people are on the sidelines waiting for things to become a little bit more affordable. Overall, though, we're still in a hot seller's market because months of inventory is 1.5. So anything under 3 or 4 months is going to still be a seller's market. TBD, let's see what happens if these inventory levels continue to increase over the coming months and start getting us closer into being in a little bit more of a buyer's market. We'll see. Still, the most desirable homes and, well-positioned homes, well-priced, nice, in good shape are still getting 5, 10 plus offers even in this market. And we do regularly see this kind of slowdown in July, it being a kind of vacation month for a lot of people. So, okay, let's jump right into condos and townhomes now. July 2024, new listings was 149. This year, the number is 129. So a decrease of 13% year over year. Inventory last year was 257. This year, that number is 335. So a increase of 30% year over year, even more than the single family. So sold listings last year was 100. This year, that number is 89. So a decrease of 11% year over year. So a little bit of a reverse in the sense that inventory levels shot up, whereas sold listings went down rather significantly. So that inventory is not getting eaten up. Average days on market last year was 27. This year, the number is 38. So more than a month for condos and townhomes to be sitting on the market. That's pretty significant as well. Average sales price last year was $1,082,000 and some change. This year, that number is $1,069,000 and some change. So just a slight decrease of 1%. Median sales price last year was $1,049,000. This year, that number is $998,000, so a slight decrease of 5% year over year. Median price per square foot last year was $860. This year, that number is $804, so a decrease of 7% year over year. Percentage of list price received last year was 2% over the asking price. This year, it is exactly 100%. Sales volume last year was 108 million and some change. This year, that number is 95 million and some change, so a decrease of 12% year over year. And lastly, months of inventory last year was 2.5. So still kind of a seller's market, kind of right in the middle there of seller's market. And then now it's 3.6, an increase of 44% year over year. So we are in getting into buyer's market territory. All in all, the significant change obviously is inventory levels. Just way more homes hit the market this year than last year. Sorry, not hit the market, stayed on the market, right? So the actual new listings was down, but inventory levels are up. So people are just not scooping up. Like the buyer pool has dried up quite a bit in condos and townhomes compared to single family, and that hasn't really affected prices quite a bit. And I think that's why we see the inventory level still high, is that sellers oftentimes are stubborn. Like the prices kind of stick. They say sticky because people are like, well, I don't need to sell then. I'm going to take it off and rent it, or I'm going to just keep it on and wait until I get the number that I want. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that a lot of buyers don't understand. Well, they say, well, hold on, let's just offer this low ball price and see what happens. Sellers say, I don't have to sell. You know, I can rent it out. I can keep it. I'll wait until the market recovers. I'll wait until interest rates go down. And that's what causes a lot of times prices to remain sticky, even when inventory and supply pretty significantly increases. So I would say we are starting to get into really strong buyer market territory, but those prices are still remaining sticky. So let's see the number of sellers that start becoming more and more motivated as their condos, their townhomes sit on the market longer, whether they decide to pull them off. I've seen some people decide to pull their condos, townhomes off the market and rent them out. I've seen that with buyers that I've had that wanted to submit offers that were, maybe $100,000, $150,000 below the more recent comps. We do see some people negotiating and ultimately accepting something that they're willing, accepting an offer that they're willing to go for. So my name is Joe Poliak, San Francisco Bay Area real estate agent. I'm making videos like this for people like you who might be thinking about buying, selling, investing in real estate, interested about learning what's going on in the San Francisco Bay Area real estate market. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the like button, share this video with anybody who might be interested in buying or selling real estate. Of course, if you're thinking about buying or selling real estate anywhere in the San Francisco Bay Area, I would love to help you. Feel free to reach out. My contact info can be found anywhere where you're watching this video. Thanks again.